The road to WrestleMania 41 is getting more clear as now we have our first official match announced for WrestleMania 41. It's a match that we all saw coming, but nonetheless, it's our first match, and this is our episode of Monday Night Raw from February 10th. Let's get into my review. If you guys are new here, I watch and review Monday Night Raw every single week, so make sure you guys like and follow for more videos like this. The show started off with Jey Uso doing the yeet in the crowd. No one should be denying that Jey Uso is over. He is very much, I think, the most over guy on the Monday Night Raw roster. Now listen, this is all fine and dandy. Everyone loves the gimmick. I love the gimmick. My hoping is that WWE does not overexpose Jey Uso to the crowd. I'll get into why in a second. While Jey Uso is doing the yeet, he is undercut by Gunther, who takes off his jacket, throws it at a fan in the crowd, and the fan sells it so hilariously. I don't know if the fan got like a zipper to the eye or if he was just trying to look for a check, but I thought that was really funny. Gunther lays the beat down, Jey Uso fights back, and as Gunther's leaving the ring, Jey Uso grabs the mic and says, "Gunther, I'm going to face you at WrestleMania 41. I said it once and I'll keep on saying it. I love the graphics for WrestleMania 41. It's very much Las Vegas poker, like it's original, and I love when WWE like goes out of the way to make these stand out. Every WrestleMania should have its own identity, and this is very centric on it being in Vegas, so like easy 9 out of 10. I also said it on live, this will likely be the main event of WrestleMania Night 1. Everyone's gonna say, oh, the Rumble winner should win. Jey Uso won the Rumble, but then people will say Charlotte won the Rumble, which is a good argument. But my thing is, this is John Cena's last WrestleMania. You are not taking away John Cena's WrestleMania main event from him. He is getting the Night 2 main event. So the debate is between whether it goes to Gunther versus Jey Uso or Charlotte versus Tiffany. If you guys have seen the last few years, the women did not main event WrestleMania. We have not gotten a women's main event since WrestleMania 37. Some argue that still shouldn't have been the main event of WrestleMania. I want you guys to comment down below. Are you guys team Gunther, Jey Uso, or are you team Charlotte, Tiffany? I want to see if you have to choose one Rumble winner to main event WrestleMania, who is it going to be? Following that, we got Io Sky and Dakota Kai of Damage Control versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. This is a nice little TV match. I think everyone got their chance to shine, but this was more so of a spotlight for Io Sky, who last week lost her opportunity to challenge in the Elimination Chamber. So now her getting, the opportunity to show why she is more than capable of challenging Rhea Ripley, even though she lost, was the motive for this match, and I thought it was executed really great. Also, at one point, she gave this nasty V-trigger to Liv Morgan. She gave her a nice little cut right above her eyebrow. She was bleeding in this match. It wasn't like heavy, like leaking blood, but like the blood was there. You could see it on her face. It did add some to the match, low-key. Io Sky did win the match, getting the pinfall over Liv Morgan, so good on them. Later in the night, Rhea Ripley, after basically feeling kind of guilty, she didn't say this, but you know she did, feeling guilty about what happened the week prior, she made it official. She talked to Adam Pearce. She will face Io Sky for the Women's World Championship in 3 weeks in March on Raw. And this puzzled me a little bit because I'm like, Elimination Chamber is right around the corner. As a matter of fact, Elimination Chamber is the night before this episode of Raw where the championship match is taking place. So why not just have the match at Elimination Chamber? I understand you're not going to have Rhea Ripley come out there and be like, oh, face me WrestleMania. Like, I get that, but why would you do it at the Raw after Elimination Chamber if Elimination Chamber's right there? Me and you already know when it comes to these special like events like Elimination Chamber, like a Money in the Bank, like a Royal Rumble, Triple H tends to do only 4 matches maximum, which I think works perfectly because then the show ends at like a consistent 3.5, close to 4 hours. Seems like Cody might be defending against Solo, which, I mean, how many times does Cody need to beat Solo Sikoa before we get the point? Both the men's and women's chamber, that would leave one match open for this to be slotted in there. I already announced this, so I think it's a little too late. I just thought that was a bit odd. Now, let me get into what I think could, should, and might happen. If they really want to make things interesting, I would have Io beat Rhea Ripley on Monday Night Raw and become the new Women's World Champion. Because the storyline right now is that Rhea Ripley cost Io Sky the chance to qualify for Elimination Chamber, taking her out of contention at WrestleMania. Now, Rhea Ripley is being fair about this and giving her a title match anyway, just not at WrestleMania. Rhea gives her this title match and she beats Io. What incentive does she have to face her again at WrestleMania? Well, I think the prime way for you to get from point A to point B with these two is just to have Io beat her on the first match, crown a new champion, pop the crowd, and then a month later they could face off for the championship again. You have Rhea win it back, which, I mean, that's a little redundant considering she won the title last year from Becky and the title the year before that from Charlotte. But you can have Rhea win the title back, become the new women's champion. Maybe she's the new Miss WrestleMania, I don't know. Or you could have Io double up and retain at WrestleMania 2, but I think that's pushing it. I don't know, what do you guys think of my scenario? Comment down below, let me know. After that, we got into Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria. This was a Elimination Chamber qualifying match. I'm not gonna hold you, this match was like very clunky. Like they were botching, it was all over the place at times, then it was slow. And then it would pick up in spurts, but then they would like kind of, I don't think they have good chemistry. I haven't seen them wrestle before, but first impression, I don't know if I want to see them wrestle each other again. And they're both really good, but it's like, maybe they had one of them or both of them had an off night. Maybe I should just give it another chance, but first impression. Bayley did win the match, which I was not expecting. I thought Lyra was going over. Then afterwards, I'm like, what did Bird Girl do to deserve this? I mean, seriously, she won the title, the second Raw on Netflix, which, you know, big deal, pretty cool. And right after she won that title, it seemed like she was struggling to get TV time. Best she got for a straight month was promo packages or a backstage segment. She did not wrestle one time on TV from the point where she won the title until now. I counted the Rumble, I'm talking about on TV. This was the first time she wrestled on TV since she won that title back in the very beginning of January. I know 4 weeks isn't a huge gap of time, but she's the women's IC championship. At least Chelsea Green is prominently featured on SmackDown. Lyra was struggling to get TV time. First match on Raw since winning the title, and she loses to Bayley. It's no slouch to lose to Bayley, but it's like, this is not a good look for the Women's IC Championship. This adds Bayley to the mix, and I'm also like a little bit curious now. Because if we're led to believe that Charlotte is going to challenge Tiffany at WrestleMania, it seems like the direction is Io versus Rhea. Now, it's not confirmed, but that seems like the direction for WrestleMania. And what exactly is this chamber for? If Io is not facing Rhea, then that's going to be a little odd, considering that's been a developing story for the last like few weeks. If she does, I guess this would be a triple threat match then? Like, the winner is not going to challenge Julia. That doesn't even sound right. Won the chamber to challenge the NXT champion? Like, I don't know. Well, at least with the men's, it seems a bit more concrete. The winner's going to challenge Cody Rhodes because Jay challenged Gunther. But with Charlotte not choosing an opponent yet, this does leave this match kind of looming. I guess we'll have to wait and see. AJ Styles came out with his CFO Money theme song, God Be Glory. He got interrupted by Dirty Dominic Mysterio, who got massive heat from the crowd as he does every single week. Getting AJ Styles versus Dominic next week, it should be a fine match. There was also a backstage segment with Ludwig Kaiser and Pete Dunne, building upon their future tag team partnership, but we're definitely getting Penta versus Pete Dunne again next week. Seth Rollins came out for an In the Crowd promo, and he was cut off by Finn Balor. We're going to be getting Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor next week in an Elimination Chamber qualifying match. I mean, it's Finn Balor in 2025. If you're betting on Finn Balor beating Seth Rollins in 2025, your odds are as good as betting on the Chiefs last Sunday. The War Raiders defended their World Tag Team Championships against American Made. This was developing into a nice short tag team match. But I honestly had the War Raiders pegged to drop the titles to American Made because, you know, just something different, nice to throw in there. Instead, we got this really phony finish, and I don't know why Triple H did that. Julius Creed takes one of the titles and hits Ivar in the head. Plain view of the referee, gets disqualified. Then they had the audacity to pose with the title as if they just won it. I'm sorry, didn't you just disqualify yourself on purpose? Why are you posing with the titles like you didn't even win by DQ? You lost. Like, I get American Made with Chad Gable supposed to be a bit goofy at times, but this made them look like complete idiots. I would have at least gotten if they lost clean and then attacked them and posed with the title. The fact that you purposely got disqualified and then you posed with the titles like you did something like, okay, bro, turn this TV off. CM Punk came out and let the world know he's coming for John Cena. Logan Paul felt the need to interject himself and remind CM Punk that he eliminated him at the Rumble match, which, I mean, is not a false statement. CM Punk was like, you right, but I need you to focus on your opponent and not on me. And the main event was Rey Mysterio versus Logan Paul, which was good. We all know what Rey Mysterio is capable of, but the sheer athleticism of Logan Paul is uncapped. I mean, military pressing Rey Mysterio is barely impressive in 2025. My man lifted up Rey Mysterio on the middle rope and hit a moonsault with Rey Mysterio in hands, basically doing a fall-away moonsault slam off the middle rope. I know Logan Paul isn't beating the stealing Hangman Page moveset allegations, but he's still killing the game. Like, Logan Paul is still one of the best on the Raw roster. He was successful in beating Rey Mysterio. Now, does anybody buy him winning? No, not really. He'll add some nice cool spots to the match as he did the last 2 years he's been in Elimination Chamber. Also, the New Day attacked Rey Mysterio after the match, and then they went off air like literally 2 seconds after the attack. I was like, okay, sure. Then I Raw I thought was okay this week. Not bad, but not really great either. What did you think of the show? Comment down below. Let me know. Talk more soon.